Hey everyone, welcome to the wacky interview. Are you ready to face the ultimate challenge of your life? At night, the dorm floor turned into a pool. David woke up and shot up like a rocket to turn on the lights. He was shocked to find his bed fully submerged. At this rate, the entire dorm could soon become a luxurious spa. Everyone instantly panicked like ants on a hot skillet. One guy named Charlie shouted, "We can breathe through the toilet." Before he could finish, the water submerged them, and they all swam towards the restroom. They removed the shower head, inserted a hose into the toilet, using the U-pipe for air. But David abandoned the idea of embracing toilet culture. Instead, he swam to the door trying to open it, only to find it stubbornly tight under the immense pressure. Faced with this, David resorted to a punch to reclaim his breathing through, going a bit bonkers. Instead, he swam through to the back glass window, and then he started pounding it with his fists. Outside, Merlin watched with satisfaction like he was at a show. As a seasoned police station frequent flyer, David keenly noticed the mirror in the door might be a double agent. Though there was a bit of luck involved, David totally hit the jackpot, apparently inheriting some of his father's magic genes. Everyone was so focused on escaping that they forgot the most crucial thing: their brother's lives, a total rookie mistake for any secret agent. Next trials felt like a break-up barbecue. In the end, 6 people jumped out of the sky, and everyone thought it was just a simple dating drill. However, Merlin's next words sent shivers down everyone's spines. It was like a real-life winter is coming. The crowd plunged into deep panic. No one knew if they were the toy stuck in the brain, as they were plummeting, but David quickly calmed down. He suggested pairing up to hold each other, ensuring they all survived, but as they neared the ground, one guy just had to jump the gun and opened his parachute early. This turned their even group into an odd one. Without hesitation, David quickly changed tactics, getting everyone to form a circle and hold tight. They sequentially opened their parachutes. David knew this test evaluated their teamwork only through that could everyone stay safe. With just 30 seconds to go, the back row opened the parachutes one after another, leaving only David and a girl named Rosie. What a nail bite. David firmly held onto Rosie, and as she opened her parachute, they safely landed like superheroes, while 3 others got eliminated. Though David passed the test, he felt aggrieved, questioning why he was the parachute-less one. Was his life really that cheap? But Merlin just patted him and told him to stash that trivial pride away before uncovering his parachute. Everyone could pick a dog as the partner. David chose the plain-looking pug, and they were about to face a new trial that sounded ridiculously easy. Because the mission was to charm the woman in the picture into the room, but little did they know, the seemingly simple plan hit a snag. The 3 arrived at the bar, ready to execute their plan, only to feel dizzy as the drinks were spiked with the secret sauce. When David came to, he found himself tied to the tracks, with the sound of a train whistle in the distance, and a shadowy figure before. The figure wasted no time interrogating David about their identities, threatening that the other 2 were flattened into francs, sending chills down his spine. Yet David held firm to his principles, refusing to give away any intel, even as the train grew closer with rising tension. Suddenly, Harry appeared beside David, unharmed. It turned out this trial was actually a test of loyalty to the organization. Meanwhile, Charlie spilled all the beans out of fear, leaving only David and Rosie to pass with flying colors. Harry then took David to a suit shop that appeared to be high-end tailoring on the surface, but was in reality one of the agent's secret weapon arsenals. From razor-sharp, poison-coated blade shoes to remote-controlled toxin gadgets, it was simply bonkers. If David could ace the final test, had become a suave agent just like his dad. So exciting. The old man handed him a gun, demanding he shoot his loyal dog. The poor pup just looked up at him with innocent eyes. The man faced a catch-22, entirely unable to pull the trigger, but the old man warned him, failed to do it, and head blow his. Reflecting on the tough trials and his dog's unwavering partnership, the man ultimately chose not to shoot, leaving the old man to sigh and demand the gun back. Suddenly, David pointed the gun at the old man, and then a gunshot rang out next door, sealing the deal. Because of this ridiculous compassion, David got expelled from the agency, returning home with his dog, his eyes filled with melody. This journey felt like a dream, evolving from a rebellious teen to a suave agent, only to end up back to the ordinary life. Though it was a tough journey, he ultimately returned to the life of a street punk, yet looking at his dog, David felt no regrets at all. Just then, his mother returned home with his sister, but David noticed wounds on her face, clearly another case of domestic violence. This scene was too much for him. David drove to find the gang leader, wanting to unleash his anger despite his current prowess. Just as he prepared to strike, the car windows suddenly sealed shut, and the entire vehicle went into auto drive. No matter how he struggled, he couldn't stop it. The car ended up in a strange neighborhood, where Harry calmly observed him like it was all a performance. Stepping inside, he was met with a mounted dog. It turned out Harry had faced a similar choice years ago. David couldn't comprehend why this self-righteous agent could do something so cruel. However, Harry's next bombshell left him stunned. It turned out the final test had no bullets. Firing or not made no difference. It was all just to test his obedience, and the girl who drowned earlier wasn't really dead, just to fake out, all part of the physical and mental endurance test. Before David could process this, Merlin delivered the news that the killer of the top agent had been discovered. The org decided to recruit potentials for the round table seats, and Harry told David to wait for his news. However, in an instant, this farewell turned out to be forever. Harry followed the leads to a church. Yet all he found was zealous worshippers. Just as he was about to leave, a fervent female devotee persuaded him to stay for the sermon.